I'm now going to pull away from this vectorial geometry, and I want you to have a sense of hierarchy and intertransformability, and understanding that all the basic structures intertransforming one with the other, and go into, come back to the earlier part of the evening, trying to think in, I want you to think of the biggest patterns. We've gotten into ability to think independent of size, which is even better. We have generalization, conceptuality, independent of size. And I'm going to come just to looking at our own little planet. And I spoke earlier this evening about it taking my father 2 months to go from Boston to Buenos Aires, and three months to go from Boston to Bombay. And I'd like to introduce some maps for you, because again, I find we have very powerfully conditioned reflexes. So I'm going to now introduce the next basic slide. And this next basic slide is something you're very familiar with. We call it the Mercator map. This is what they have in all the schools and all the colleges, and keep on having it. This is the world. And in that picture of the world, you find the, look at, I'm a little in the way of Australia, but I want you to look at Greenland and Australia behind my neck. Greenland is apparently 3 times the size of Australia. Very good. And any tax handy? That is very good if we could. Oh, that's fine. So we see on the left-hand side Russia, and then 25,000 miles away over on the right-hand side we see some Russia. They're only 5 miles apart, but they look to be 25,000 miles apart. And it has no Antarctic at all. And there's this absolutely enormous amount of water up in the northern section, apparently, as there is in the south. This is the way man has really been. He used to sail east and west in an water-ocean world. He could not transfer cargoes at sea. He had to go to harbors. There were not many harbors, and this is really a pattern of harbors. Of the East Coast with New York and Philadelphia, pretty good, but New York by far the best. Boston fairly good, and Chesapeake, and the West Coast, San Francisco, Seattle, approximately nothing else. And he had relatively few ports on the other side. So all the great traffic was between those. The integration of the earth was by water to the harbor cities, and it was east-west world, sailing pretty much within the tolerable latitudes. We don't get too cold and so forth, and using much of the trade winds.